Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl again, Emanuela, and this is Ella's DocuCam. If you are meeting me for the first time, please don't make it your last. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notification icon to be notified whenever I post a new video. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are the real G's. Thank you so much for always being there for me. Thank you. I really appreciate. So today, I want to share my 1 year experience during the course of my NYC. So my 1 year experience, the experience I had during the course, and you can see now is before I went to NYC camp. This was before I started planning to go for NYC, before I even registered for the NYC program. So yeah, I've gotten to NYC camp and then I was done with my registration. I now was qualified to wear white on white. And this particular video you are seeing now is I think around the second week in NYC, and I was so tired with camp activities. I was passing through a lot here because I was tired. Like I was just like, I can't wait to leave here. I can't wait to leave this particular place. On this day, they did a swearing in program for us in camp, and we were sworn in as a copper, because when we were still wearing white on white, we were PCM, prospective corps members. So now we are now a bona fide copper, and this was when we were going to the program. See, all of us were wearing our crested uniform. We were on 6/7, yeah, and we were on corporate uniform of NYSC. And this one was the day I got the greatest shock ever. They shocked me. NYSC posted me to where I don't know. Carry me, go where I don't know. NYSC carried me, go where I don't know. Like, I cried out my eyes. Like, I cried. Like, I just did this video to distract myself from crying again, because if you can check, like, you could see my red eyes have cried. Like, I really, really cried that day. So after that day, I actually slept in Abakaliki because my church organized a bus to come and carry us in camp. So I slept in Abakaliki, and this day I was heading over to my PPA to at least to go and check it out to see how my PPA is like and how is it. And this was when I was going to my PPA, and I was so nervous. I don't know what to. Although the thing is that when they gave me my PPA letter, I actually browsed it online thinking maybe it's a big school. I Googled it, and then it brought out a big school for me, and I was so happy that at least, if I even saw that it was a boarding school online, not knowing that I was browsing nonsense, like my school is not even on Google. That day it shocked me. Like, it shocked me. I was like, when I got to that village, I was like, so you mean, I even thought maybe, okay, the school is in, all these big schools. Maybe it's their permanent site. So they bought land in a village and then it was somehow big. You understand now? Not knowing that it's another school entirely. You see, in this Abakaliki, I don't understand what's their problem with colors, and they will just be painting all their bridge. Like I don't even understand them with color, because all these things looks like crèche. Like when you are in a crèche center, you see different colors. That's how everywhere was looking. And this was when I got another greatest shock. Because my PPA was in a village, and I was like, sure, what about what I browsed online? Seriously. After I saw my PPA, I actually stood under one tree and I cried out my eyes. Like, I cried again. After crying, I have to shook up myself and then I'll be like, Elizabeth, you are a big girl. So this is another phase of life. You have to battle with it yourself. So I did all I could in that state, in Ebonyi State, and then I traveled back. When I traveled back, I discovered that my skin is gone. Like, I turned black in camp, the sun, the everything, and I was just trying all my best to recover from all the camp stress and the everything. Like, the camp, NYC camp messed up my mental health. Like, and the PPA where I was posted to again messed me up totally. Like, I was just going through a lot that time. Any small thing, I was so emotional at that moment now. Any small thing like this, if you touch me, I will cry. If my mom call me, I will cry. If my sister call me, I will just start crying unnecessarily. And I will be like, why am I even crying in the first place? So I went back because it was time to go back to that village. I didn't have any choice that time. So I had to go back because clearance was calling. And boom, when I got there, I've not even used up to 2 weeks there. Things started happening. I started having irritation, rashes up and down, boy, stuff, what I don't even understand. I was like, and imagine I was even using Dettol in my water. Like right from camp, I've never used an ordinary water to bathe. And I was like, what's happening? See, my face was rough, my body was rough, my skin was washed. Like everything was just happening to me. See my face, one of my eyes swelled up. Like that would be my first time of having boy. Like I've been hearing boy, 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 but it has never happened to me. I've never experienced it. I went black. Like everything was just tiring. Like that time, I dealt with a lot. I was just like, when will I come out of here? Like that day, I was like, I couldn't, like those times that people would be passing out, I would just be jealous of them. That imagine, how did they even survive here? Like I would just be thinking, like morning, afternoon, night, thinking was now my food and water. Any small thing, I was so emotional that period. Any small thing like this, I would just got emotional. I would feel like crying unnecessarily. I dealt with a lot during that time. I talked to myself, I just have to get used to this. At least this is where I am temporarily. So I just shook myself, and then I started getting along, and then I started laughing. I started at least interacting with people, and then I met amazing people during my service. I met amazing people, seriously. I start like, and before you know it, I was in the midst of coppers, like I was living in the midst of coppers. I think that actually helped again, because like I didn't really feel inferior, because I know that all of us in this environment are coppers. And then I got used to it, and then I was happy again. We attended CDS, we did this, like we do a lot. And then before you know it, I started getting myself back and praying to God every day that I don't want to be sick here, because I can't even imagine myself being sick here. No help, no family, no, like, no, who will give me that attention needed when sick, stuff like that. I was just praying to God, and I decided by myself that I'm gonna take care of myself. Like, I'm gonna take care of myself. That's what I decided in me. And I was like, if I will not be able to save, I don't care. I shall want to go home ill and healthy. Like that's all my plan during my service here, because the last thing I want to do over there was to get sick. Because I know that if I fall sick in that place, like I was just praying to God every day that I don't want to fall sick, and I was trying all my possible best to take care of myself. I mean, good care of myself, and I was able to achieve that. And then life was bearable for me, and I live as they go by, and I was counting my POP. And these are few of my students, and they made El Shaddai a memorable one for me, because some students are actually funny, some students are actually like they just made everywhere lively and inclusive. So this is, I think, few weeks to my POP, and I've started counting down, like counting down my POP, counting. And this was when I think I was inside the staff room here, and then I also met amazing coppers like El Shaddai's coppers. They are the best. Like amazing coppers, and we laughed together, we played together, and things were so lively in school that at times if you can't wait to go to school and meet fellow coppers, interact together, and then make everywhere lively and everywhere conducive. And boom, few days to my POP, and I was filming myself reminiscing on things that has happened, how I survived this place. I was giving glory to God, how I can't even wait to leave that place, even though my POP is in maybe 2 days time here or 3 days time, and I was still counting seriously that I can't wait to leave this place. At times the first time I got there and I was saying I can't wait. Some people were like, you will get used to it, and then you won't even want to leave. That wasn't my own story, because every day I woke up, I want to leave that place so bad. Like I want to leave that place. God, they said when you've lived in a place for some few months, you get used to it. I never got used to it. Like I never for one day got comfortable and forgot myself. I'm always conscious that yes, I'm leaving this place in the next so time. Like I was giving myself, I was counting dates. I was counting days every day to my POP that I cannot wait to leave here. But God has been so faithful. See me. See, it was even my service here I had date, because I had peace of mind. Even though I was not so comfortable forgetting myself, but I still took care of myself, and I was glowing. Yeah, I was glowing. Although it's not as, if you can compare before I went to camp and now, it's not the same. The glow is not the same, but I'm getting back to the glow. Yeah, but I had it fresh. That's just it. That time when this video started, I was still like, I just graduated few months. Yes, because I graduated in September, and then I went to camp in February. So, and school comes with a lot of stress. So in school, I didn't even for one day had it any flesh, because it was when maybe we are on a break and I go home. I had a little bit of flesh. Then I will go back to school, and then school will stress out your life, and then you reduce drastically. So yeah, I was just reminiscing on how things has been wonderful. Although I met wonderful people, the villagers, some are good because I actually met one woman that we do buy things from provisions, and that woman is wonderful, wonderful. The thing is that I couldn't say goodbye to that woman because although I went to her shop, I didn't meet her there, and I told her girl to help me greet her that she has been wonderful, seriously. And my school also at times they do as if something is wrong. At times things are okay, at times they shout on you, at times, and that's how life is. Yeah, that's how life is. And that's the combination of life. Life is filled with good and bad, and you just have to decide and choose the side you want to be always. Although it might not be always, but at least it will overshadow the other, right? So this is a yam ban, like a ban whereby they keep yam for a whole year and it will not get spoiled. And I've been wondering that how did they do this thing, because they actually yam is always in the market in that place, although in its season it's somehow cheaper, right? But when it's not yam season, it's expensive. So this is how they keep yam. This is a yam ban, and this is how they keep yam. You can see that they hang it on the stick so that it will not touch ground, and then it will still be fresh, it will not get spoiled. And that yam can use up to a year there and it will not get spoiled, because that's how I think that's the ban, that's how they keep yam. Because I'm not an agricultural student, so I didn't even know about this before. It was when I got there I got to know that yes, this is how they actually keep yam for a whole year and it will still be okay. So this was my last moment in my favorite class, because SS1 was my favorite class. The vibe in that class alone, like, can make you forget that you want to teach them something. Like, they are so, like, more than half of them are so vibrant. They are brilliant. Like, SS1 was my favorite class, and you can see how we rapport together. They were just like, Auntie, oh yeah, video halls, let's do a video, snap or stuff like that. They were just all over the place. Like, Auntie, stay now. Auntie, don't go now. Auntie, sure you come back. I'll be like, come back to where? Go for a bit. Go for a bit by eating. No, I cannot come back to that place. So I love those students, seriously, like, especially those one that has the vibe. Like, I love students that has vibe. At least you get to learn in the conducive environment, not that all of you will be frowning face up and down. So my students were wonderful, like, they were wonderful, and I pray that one day they get to see this video on my channel and comment down that yes, I'm one of your students in the Boko El Shaddai Vision School. I'll be so happy, I'll be so joyous. So the day I made this video was the day they actually sent us off, and they organized a send forth party for us in El Shaddai Vision School. And that was my last day in that school. Like, that was my last day in El Shaddai Vision School. And I was trying to open a vlog here just to capture the moment of the send forth party. And the send forth party went well, although it wasn't that a party show, but it went well and I captured it. And you will see it on my channel. If you scroll back, you will get to see the video. And these are my wonderful Copper in El Shaddai, Copper Syria, and Copper Victoria. And also my personal picture. And then we were waiting for the due day. Gagang, gagang, gagang. I was so happy that day, Sha, because this was a date my POP. And I was so happy. I was so elated. POP day came, and the due date that all of us have been waiting for is here. And all of us were so happy. We were so joyous that yes, everything that has a beginning must surely has an end, right? So this was the end of my service here. This was the end of my service here, and I give glory to God. Serving Nigeria is by force. So let me tell you that thing. If you do say that serving Nigeria is not by force, it's by force, because without service you cannot go anywhere in this country. So it's by force. Actually, it's by force. You just have to. Unless I heard about exemption letter, which is for 30 years and above, right? I think if you graduated around that 30 years old, that's when you are not qualified to go for service, and then they will offer you an exemption letter. Although I don't know, maybe exemption letter is for people that is not up to 30 years and you don't want to go for service. I don't know. I'm not sure. The only people I'm sure of is those that are of age, like of 30 years, and then they are not qualified to go for service. And that's just it, because to serve Nigeria is by force. If you actually ask me that does it worth it, it doesn't worth it. NYSC does not worth it. It's what it's maybe years back, that people, if you see a copper, they still respect for coppers. People, they are still paying them some amount that can survive them for a month, and they will still have savings, and they will still be able to save something tangible. Those times when I was in secondary school, we jealous copper a lot. Like, I think I had coppers in my secondary school then, and I would be like, one day I will also be a copper. But now I'm not, like, it's not even something that I can advise somebody to do, even though it's compulsory, seriously, because being a copper is not easy. Those times the amount they were collecting, it's worth it, right? But now it does not, because the feeding, the alawi they are paying, the risking of life, it does not worth it. Some actually lose their life in the course of going for NYC camp. And does that worth it? Nothing worth life, right? So they gave us our certificate and we used it to snap, and we were all saying bye bye to NYC local government, Easy, Ipoko, and we were so happy. We snapped together, we were happy, and that the go. I started packing my load and I left that place a day after. Like, I left that place a day after my POP because I can't wait. And I was so happy, and I thank God for where I am today. Glory be to God. If you have watched up to this moment, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you. This is just the summary of my 1 year of NYC. So that's just it. If you haven't liked this video, please like, share this video, and also comment your experience. If you really enjoyed your NYC, does it actually worth it? Let me know in the comment section how far you enjoyed your NYC. And till we meet next time. Bye bye. Love you, love you, love you.